Hello everybody, welcome back to Football Manager 24 with the European Journeyman Save, and in today's episode we're taking on Besiktas. And I was recording and thinking about what I wanted to say recording this intro, and I was going to say we've been incredibly lucky with injuries and suspensions, and then I press record. Yeah, we're taking on Besiktas with two of our best players missing. Let's get into it. Yes, hello everybody, welcome back to the save. We are taking on Besiktas away from home, who sit 5th in the league. We are top by 2 points, but we do have a game in hand over Galatasaray, and the season has been pretty good. Galatasaray and us have been sort of matching each other all the way throughout the season, 15 games played so far, and it's been pretty even. It's only in the last week that we have actually gone ahead of Galatasaray. They slipped up recently. If we just go and have a look at their schedule first, you'll see that we drew with them 2-2, but this slip up here, 2-0 loss to Ankara and a 1-0 loss to Trabzonspor opened the door for us, which was absolutely wonderful. The good news, if you're a Galatasaray fan, is you're absolutely flying in the Europa League. Played 6, won 5, drawn 1, lost none. They've drawn with AZ, and they have beaten Shakhtar, Tottenham, Sevilla, AEK and Zurich. They are doing very well. In the Europa League, you can see that we are here, played 6, won 3, drawn 2, lost 1. We lost to Celtic. We've drawn with Slavia Sofia and Lazio, but we have beaten Feyenoord, Cluj and Wolfsburg. So we've still got a chance of the automatic sort of get through without playing an extra game top 8. I think that's the official term for it. But yeah, we're doing very, very well at the moment. It is going great. Looking at the league then, you can see the last time we were together was actually, I think, as the transfer window ended. It's been a while since I've recorded. I've got a little bit of an illness and work has been rammed recently, so I'm recording as many videos as I can in advance before I go on holiday to Japan with my wife, which will be very nice. But yeah, we've done pretty well. We went for a little bit of a bad spell where we got a draw, a loss and a draw. That was the Galatasaray game, but bounced back, 4-1 win over Feyenoord, Başakşehir 1-0, Sivasspor 5-0, Trabzonspor 3-0, Koyunspor 5-0, Göztepe 3-0, and we've just beaten Pendikspor 6-0 as well. Games are coming thick and fast. However, massive injury news as Sven Koopman is out with a twisted ankle. Like 2 to 4 weeks he's going to be out. He won't be able to play in the game against Besiktas, and that is annoying because he has been superb. For £10 million, he's got 11 goal contributions in 15 league games. He is insane. Overall, at his time in Turkey, if I move my head and we zoom in, 15 goals in 21 games in all competitions. Absolutely incredible stuff, averaging a 7.25. He has stepped up as we expected him to as our leading striker. He has been superb in Turkey, and it's not just him. All of our signings have been brilliant, and the other one we're missing out on is Guy Michaud, who from centre-back and sometimes left-back in Europe, because our left-back that we signed on deadline day wasn't registered because the transfer window closes in Turkey after your European squad registration. It's really weird. But anyway, Guy Michaud, 15 appearances, 2 goals, 3 assists and a 7.53. He is also missing this game against Besiktas, which is massive for us. Very disappointing. Talking of the new left-backs, it's this guy, Mustafa Kiseshi. We bought him £10 million. We paid quite a lot of money for him. It was the physicals that really drew me in. Quick, agile, good balance, great stamina, can get up and down the line. Good concentration, positioning as well. I wanted more aggression, but I couldn't find a left-back that fitted all of this information that I wanted and was Turkish. That was pretty key. We had run out of foreign national slots in our squad registration, so getting a Turkish man in was pretty key. So we played Millwall, of all clubs, £10 million for him, and he's been very good in the league. 9 appearances, 2 assists, and a 7.10. And Millwall were probably very happy that they got an Arsenal sort of prospect. I mean, he didn't start. He started at Eindhoven. Arsenal picked him up on a free, lost him on a free to Millwall, who have made £10 million off his sale. But yeah, that was the last signing, the only one you missed. The other news that we'll quickly touch on, Joey Veerman is moving to France. He is joining RC Lens on the 1st of January. Not playing for us at all this year. Was missing home, so he's moving to France. So there you go. And the other one is Dede Gunnarsson is moving to Hibs in Scotland, which is a strange move for the 24-year-old, but I think he'll do pretty well there. We are getting a little bit of money, 1.1 million I think we're getting for him, rising to 1.3 is what I think it is. But if we have a look at the goals, as I said, our new signings are all pretty much performing. Matteo Pilleri, 16 goals in 18 starts for him. Sven Koopman, 15 in 21. Lucian Almassan coming from Steaua Bucharest, 5 in 13 starts, coming off that right-hand side or left-hand side. Felix Baker, 4 goals, 5 assists in 8 starts. We've sort of been rotating him in attacking midfield, and he has been playing phenomenally. 7.49 average rating makes him the second best average rating at the club, but the best average rating in the club for someone that's played over 5 appearances, because above him is Ilkan, who is very much just a squad rotation player and isn't getting much game time for us at the moment. So goals galore for this lot. They are scoring a hell of a lot. Vita Sek in holding midfield is having a really good season as well. The wonder kid we brought in from Malmo, and we took him to Malmo from Tbilisi. So yeah, lots of great signings, all making it worth their while to bring them in to Turkey. And not just that, the finances are still doing wonders. £41 million in our bank. We are stabilising Trabzonspor as a club, which is great. And the board upped our transfer budget to 33 million. We had £9 million left. They've upped it to 33, and they've said, hey, go and spend it in January. So we probably won't, because I don't think our squad... Well, I guess we could, because we're selling Joey Veerman, so it does open up a foreigner spot, which is interesting, which is very interesting. Yeah, so potentially we could. But, yeah, obviously some new signings haven't played that much. Antonio Luis de Thomas, I think, will... If we're still here next year, he'll be our first team, or starting centre-back, I should say, next year. He'll probably replace Kadir Seven, who has had a very good season for us at centre-back. The other one to talk about, Paradiso, brought in as a backup goalkeeper. He's been just that. He's not played, I think he's played 1 game in a non-competitive situation, so not too much there. That's a Thomas. Kasper Inarsson as well is pretty much a backup centre-back at the moment. He's going to stake a claim potentially for a starting spot next year. A handful of appearances here and there, but as you can see, all as subs because he's not played enough minutes to get an average rating. So I still think I'm not giving up on any of them. There's lots of potential there. Paradiso has come to speaking to us to try and get more game time to get into the Argentina squad, which is managed by Carlos Tevez. And then I'm like, but you're not even in the Argentina squad. And the goalkeepers they have in the Argentina squad are much better than him. So, yeah, I think he's riding his luck a little bit there. But we are going to play Besiktas today. I've been rambling quite a lot to bring you up to date, because I think I said I was going to come back for the Galatasaray game, but I thought, no, let's crack on, do a bit more, because we're going to play Galatasaray at the end of February, which I think could be a title decider. So we're definitely going to come back for that one. But in this case, I thought, take on Besiktas, see if we can get the win. And now we've got to do it without our starting striker and our starting centre-back. So it's going to be a little bit harder. So let's get into the lineup then and decide what we're going to do. We are sticking with the 4-2-3-1 for this game. I think we're going to start Pilleri up front because of his goals. We're going to move Almassan out to the right, and then Koopman is going to come off probably for Gökmen Boyokoglu to start on the... I've moved Almassan to the right. Gökmen Boyokoglu to start on the left. Lots of pace, decent dribbling, good finishing, likes to play on that side. Guy Michaud at centre-back. I think we are just going to start De Thomas in there. The Real Madrid player that we bought in, I think that's who we're going to give the nod to. And then Yusuf Alsan, who's been moaning a bit about first-team football, can go on the bench as well. I just took Dede out, but we've actually got that place as the 10th player, which is nice. But yeah, that is probably how we're going to line up. So McGowan in goal has been superb. The free transfer from Man City has been really good. We got Gokai at right back, De Thomas, Kadir and Mustafa. It's a solid back four. We'll have to see how De Thomas gets on. Berke and Vitasek in the middle have made a wonderful partnership in there. Almassan, who's been playing on the left, will move to the right, which is his favoured side. Baker in behind Pilleri, who has been playing on the right, will move up front, which means Gökmen can come in on the left. Now, Besiktas is always a tough game, and taking on one of the biggest teams in Turkey without our leading striker and leading centre-back is a bit of an issue. I'm hoping that it means Sven Koopman won't miss too many games. Also, our assistant manager is an absolute nutter that in a press conference said, I'd much rather have Sven Koopman than Mbappe. Really, would you? No, you wouldn't. But game is underway. And Besiktas on 25. We're 13 points ahead of Besiktas. So we are in a comfortable position to even if we lose this game, we stay top as well. So obviously, if we win, we will go something like 5 points clear, I think it is. Maybe 4 or 5 points clear, which is good. We're 3 points clear at the moment with a draw. Add on 2 more points to that, then, we'll be 5 points clear, which is absolutely crack-a-lacking, isn't it? And we've started well, and we've restricted Besiktas to do absolutely nothing, whilst at the same time not doing much ourselves. Here is Felix Baker, flicks it out to the left to Mustafa, the ex-Millwall player. Gokman, Mustafa, Vitasek on the edge. Vitasek! Oh, good save from Altay in goal. He's still there. Altay Bayandir having a great time of it in Besiktas. Gokman with a corner, swings it in with his left foot, is headed away. Baker will pick it up, back to Gokman. His cross is blocked and he's offside as he got that return pass. But really, I am happy with what we've been doing this season and the fact that all the players are coming in. And as I said, I'm not against staying at Trabzonspor for potentially a couple of seasons and seeing what happens. Obviously, we are going to be able to open up other leagues if we win the league in Turkey. That is a big if at the moment. Nothing is completely guaranteed with the other teams that we have in our league. But if we do win the league, then we can have other leagues opened up, which should give opportunities. But I think Trabzonspor is the sort of club where I'm not too fussed about applying for other jobs. If people come in for me, Peleri scores his 17th goal of the season. Just while I was having a little chat egotistically about myself, the guys are just getting on with the game. And Al Massan brought it forward. It's 3 new signings, I think, all connecting together. As Al Massan passed it off to Gokai, into Baker, Felix Baker with the square pass, and Peleri with a good finish at the near post to make it, from the near post to the far post to make it 1-0, puts us into the lead. But I think the Turkish league is of a good enough standard that I don't have to go and apply for other jobs to get to a good standard. I think we can open up those leagues and wait for teams to offer me interviews or things like that, which I think is different from the approach we've had previously. I was moving around, retiring or resigning from jobs and then putting my name out there and always getting that question in the interview, which is like, why have you been applying for so many jobs whilst always being in a role? And you're like, I promise I won't do that again. And then the promise runs out and I immediately go and apply for other jobs. I'm a snake. I'm a snake. Let's admit it. I'm a snake in this journeyman. But I do think it's been good fun. But I feel like Turkey is that opportunity where necessarily I don't have to be banding my own name about to try and find the next level. If we do well at Trabzonspor, other clubs should potentially be interested in this. But let me know your thoughts down below. Oh, what a shot that was from Al Massan. A good save from Altay in goal. But Besiktas haven't really turned up in this game. Now, home fans will be absolutely distraught with this performance as Felix Baker was going to pick up that loose ball. But the players that are stepping in, Peleri scored, he's done really well. De Thomas on a 6.8, he's doing well. Mustafa, I don't want to say always look at physical attributes, but Mustafa's quite a bit of proof that if you have good physical attributes and then, 1 or 2 standout technicals and 1 and 2 standout mental attributes, you're going to have a good player on your hand. You're going to have a good player. But getting down to half-time, 1-0 up. Peleri's goal is the difference. Baker with a really good turn. He is tackled there by Korenel as Gune comes forward. Oh, great interception from Gokai, who's turned himself to a good little right back. He was a winger for us when we took over the club, and he's made that position his own as Peleri gets another assist for Felix Baker, and it came from Gokai's interception at right back. We moved it up the pitch quickly. De Thomas gave it back to Gokai. He fed a ball through up the line to Al Massan. He put it on to Baker, and this one is 3 new signings connecting well as Al Massan to Baker to Peleri to make it 2-0 Trabzonspor, and this is putting us 5 points clear with a 6-goal better goal difference as well. So you can see from that Galatasaray have not been, they've not made it easy for us. They've really not made it easy for us, Galatasaray. They've been playing good football. We had a 2-2 draw with them. We're both scoring lots of goals. We're both generally defending quite well as well in between the times we play each other. I was going to say we're both defending quite well generally in the whole league, given the fact that the best goal difference after us too is 18 for Fenerbahce, and then after that it's actually 9 for Kayserispor, who are down in 8th. So it goes to show that I would say us and Galatasaray are sort of the 2 biggest teams at the moment in Turkey. Fenerbahce holding on. They're only 1 point behind Galatasaray, but generally we have been playing some very nice football. Atakan has put that one through into Mesut, and he scores. Mesut Setin has now made that 2-1. We're going to drop to cautious and see if we can just maybe hit them a little bit more on the break, as Mesut puts into Coreno, back to Atakan. No one tracked. Well, we tried to track. It was Mustafa who tried to track, tried to put that tackle in, but the shot across McGowan goes in to make it 2-1, and that's their first real attempt on target. They've had two, but a 0.32 XG is pretty dreadful for a club. Gokman on the left is not having a good game at all, so I think we are going to bring Gukman go off. Salamder Una, who I'm actually actively trying to sell, like really pushing hard to try and sell, we are going to bring off. Holding midfield, we could bring on Ilkan or Gunnarslan. I think we'll leave it a little bit longer. I'd be leaning towards Ilkan ahead of Dede, because Dede's leaving, and I don't really like playing people that are leaving the club. That's a wayward pass. Why are we doing that? Don't lose your heads, chaps. I'm going to shout at them. And no, I'm not going to shout. I'm going to see where this highlight goes. Gunay, great tackle from Berkay into Al Massan. Here is Samid, the substitute. Ball through. Peleri, great first touch to beat his man. Peleri, good save again from Altay in goal. We're still 2-1 up. We don't need to force anything just yet. But half an hour to go in Besiktas, in what I think is still called the Vodafone Stadium. And Felix Baker's just been robbed by Mesut. And it's now a 3-on-3. We are getting men back. Mesut has taken his time with that and sort of lost the momentum of that opportunity. We'll give him a bit of praise. We're still 2-1 up away from home in Besiktas, so there's really nothing to be too concerned about. And I think we will now just get some fresh legs on. So Berkay off. We will bring on Ilkan out there. Aslan's going to come on the right for Al Massan, who I feel like his 6.6 or 6.7 as he's just come off is a bit frustrating, because I feel like he's had quite a good game. And then Gokay can come off, and we'll bring on Sinar Yildiz, who is coming back from injury to play at right back. So a brand new right hand side, another man in midfield, and Samid obviously has come on at left wing as well. With 20 minutes to go, we're going to stay on cautious and just try and control this game. And that is something I have been doing more in this save. Rather than changing systems, I haven't pressed play. Rather than changing systems to go to our 4-4-2 with two holding midfielders and a libero, I'm more using the mentality stuff to sort of drop to a bit more defensive or go very attacking if we need a goal, or if we're really dominating a team and I feel like we can get our goal difference up. I feel like that is a much better way of managing games this year in Football Manager, which is good. And I actually saw RDF Tactics and Second Yellow Card do it a lot in the World Cup, the FM World Cup as well. When I tuned in, when I had the time to tune in, I watched those guys and I really enjoyed it. Thought it was really good. I hope a lot of you guys and girls did watch that as well, because I do think it was a very well run event, and I'd be interested to see them do it again, to be honest. Now, Thomas has dropped to a 6.6, which is a little bit annoying. But with not long to go, do we look for another sub? How many have we weighed? 1, 2, 3, 4. So we do have another substitute available. Vitasek is getting very tired. So let's bring on Dede just for the fresh legs in there. I was tempted to do Thomas, but I think freshening up the midfield is probably the way to go. Let's go to defensive as well, which is, they're used to playing defensive football. That is not a problem for this team. But 13 shots to 7. They've gone very narrow all of a sudden, which again we should be able to cope with the box midfield. That shouldn't cause us too many problems. With 4 added on minutes, 13 shots to 8, 7 on target to 3, 1.52 XG to 0.63, and we've had 59% possession away from home. We have been by far the better team in this game as the time ticks down, and we've done it without our starting striker and a starting centre-back. And we've held on for the win. A masterful class of tactical mastermind. I'm really big in myself there. Nice work, everyone. That was cracking. Or good, as it said in the commentary. But yes, 5 points clear at the top of the table with a 5+ better goal difference as well. Dede is now 1 appearance away from upping his wages. So I've got to remember to not play him again, because he's leaving on January the 1st. And yeah, we're doing pretty well. Peleri is the player of the week. I think that's what he'll end up getting when they say that. And the left back is going to be suspended for our next game, which is very quick turnaround, isn't it? 3 days' time. But as I said, I don't think there's going to be too much business in January. I'll look to see if there's any bargains to be had, potentially from older clubs as well. But yeah, I think we're going to accelerate through and get to the end of February to take on Galatasaray in what could be a league deciding game. As ever, thank you so much for the support. Thank you so much for watching these videos. Please do leave a comment down below. Leave it a like if you're enjoying it. It helps get it into the algorithm as well. The more likes, the more comments, and more subscribers generally to the channel allows more people to find these videos. Thank you very much. I'll catch you in the next one. Cheers.